Hey, welcome back to Score on Business. And our next guest is Martin Plumlee. Martin Plumlee is a Nashville native, a West Point graduate, an Army Reserve officer. He is the founder and president of Plumlee Associates, and he owns and operates a talent optimization firm that launched in 2012. He and his team partner with client companies in recruiting quality executives, as well as in consulting with clients to drive meaningful improvements in long-term leadership engagement and retention via coaching, leadership development, and career management programs. And thank you for your service, and thanks for being here.
Pete, it's a pleasure. Great to see you. Thanks for having me today.
Good, good. So tell us about a client that you all worked with and how you helped them.
Absolutely, Pete. It's a great place to be in Middle Tennessee. A lot of great companies, a lot of great opportunities. A couple years ago, had reconnected with a client that we had done work with in our first year of operation. New CEO, so you can imagine a lot of new initiatives, and one of their top programs was to really top grade their talent. They recognized they needed to do some different things around career management, people development, as well as raise compensation. So we partner very...
By top grade, do you mean like GE used to do?
Very similar, yes. Yeah. So the idea was to raise really the whole, all of their players, but with a focus on their key staff as well as their senior leadership. And through that process, we really worked very closely, specifically with our marketing group, and not only locally down in Williamson County, but also on the West Coast. We placed, I believe, 5 marketing professionals in about a 4-month period, as well as some other positions in HR and in finance. So just a wonderful opportunity to work side by side with a CEO of almost $1 billion corporation, and to really learn the inner workings of a very challenging industry. Some would say it was an arcane or a very traditional industry, but trying to evolve and be nimble, not only here in the U.S. but around the globe.
Awesome. Awesome. So how are companies creatively building their long-term talent pipeline?
Well, I can tell you this. There are companies out there. I read this just the other day in the Wall Street Journal. PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the big 4, is actually starting to partner with high schools to really build that accounting pipeline. If you know the national U.S. unemployment, somewhere in the 4–4.5% range. Well, if you're an accountant with your CPA license, 97, 98 people out of 100 are gainfully employed. So it's a very tight labor market.
Right.
PricewaterhouseCoopers recognizes that we have to get very early upstream in the ability to develop smart people and make accounting attractive. In this day and age, there's so much focus on tech, and it's very accounting is again a very traditional industry and trade, and letting young men and women understand that accounting can evolve into other things such as IT and different things, tax, audit, and really just financial consulting with clients. So it's fascinating to me that I think that's a great idea to get
heck yeah. You know, the Nashville Technology Council is doing a lot of that. There's a severe shortage of tech workers, and they're trying to catch folks in high school.
I think it's great. I'm a graduate of Metro Public Schools, and to see the academies and how the success they've had in hospitality and other sectors, to your point. But I think that's just so smart to get these kids exposed and get them some practical experience that they can either confirm their path or perhaps guide them down a different course of action as they start their career.
Awesome. Awesome. So leadership turnover is a real problem, and in the executive ranks, which is where you all do a lot of work, it's expensive anyway, but it's really expensive when you're dealing with the execs.
That's right.
Okay, and it's often a direct result of the war for talent as well as lack of proper onboarding. What can you tell us about best practices there?
I read a study recently that indicated about 45% of leaders or executives make the decision to stay or go within the first 3 months of employment. So that tells me 2 things. Number one, we've got to have a clear job role, very clear expectations. What are the deliverables? What are the resources you need to be successful? And I think that goes hand in hand with understanding the political climate and the broader culture of the company. A lot of executives just feel like I have a title, I have the corner office. People are going to respect me, but you have to take the time to get to know your people, engage them, and figure out what's working here. Some things will work, some will not. And then I get into onboarding. I think sometimes onboarding, people think,
hey, Martin, let's take a break. And we'll come back and we'll continue with the onboarding. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. Thanks.